Welcome to another episode of WTF Cinema.
Welcome back to WTF Cinema's review of Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Let's hope I can get beyond this film. So it turns out that Master, that's the little guy, he has the most literal case of little person syndrome ever. And if ever he feels he's not getting the respect he deserves, he embargoes, he shuts off the electricity and forces Tina Turner to admit to everybody that Master Blaster runs Barter Town.
Master Blaster runs Barter Town.
Which is always pleasant to hear. Seriously, every line she says is like nails on a chalkboard. It's ridiculous. But this is why she needs Blaster, the hulking guy, to be killed. That way Master will be underneath her control. He won't have the muscle to defend himself. So why does she have to hire an outsider? Once you kill his muscle, won't he pretty much be defenseless and he'll have to do what you say and he won't be able to make you say, Master Blaster runs Barter Town?
Master Blaster runs Barter Town.
I can't be the only person who's thought this. Why is Mad Max a part of this plot? You don't need him. So Max tries to get a handle on his adversary here, try to figure out how he could take a guy twice his size in a fight, and it turns out Blaster's very sensitive to high-pitched noises. So Max is ready to take out his target, only there's a catch. He has to kill him in a fair fight. Why? Why? I mean, maybe, possibly, because they make clear later on that she made all the laws, and the laws are very important, and the laws are what gives her power. So, maybe, if it was one of her own people, it would need to theoretically be a fair fight. Maybe. To prove that she follows the law and she's not above the law. This is an outsider. Hand him a gun, let him shoot the big guy in the chest a couple times, because he's got that helmet, and then let him leave before anybody really figures out who the hell he is. It's Max. He can do it. This is absolutely ridiculous. Why are we doing it this way?
2 men, hand to hand. No jury, no appeal, no parole. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
Oh. They want to show us a cage match. Alright, fine. Never let it be said that I let logic stand in the way of a really nice cage match. A really nice bungee cage match, apparently. Alright, now this whole cage match thing just seems a little silly. I'd also like a moment here to point out that there's a little homoeroticism to the Mad Max series. I mean, seriously, we're shown Blaster here. He walks around without his shirt on. He's all oiled up and nice looking. In Road Warrior, we had the Lord Humongous with his bodybuilder physique and his gang of biker boys and various other people. Even in the first film, Mad Max's boss, the chief of police, would frequently be shirtless in the workplace. I have to say, Mad Max is a little gay. Sorry. So, after getting his butt kicked for a while, Max finally decides to just start cheating, and uses a whistle to distract his opponent while he starts beating the crap out of him with a hammer, even going so far as to knock his helmet off. Aha! Now right here, you may be asking yourself, why did Max stop? I have a theory, and it is the widely accepted theory of the fans. You see, in the first film we learn that Mad Max has a retarded cousin. Actually, we're not 100% sure it's a cousin. The relationship's a little unclear, but he's a very nice guy. So, when Max encounters this retarded person, He feels maybe sympathy, maybe a spark of the humanity that he's been missing, and he can't bash in the retard's skull. I'm having to assume all of this because the movie doesn't actually tell us that, nor does it flash back to show us. It just, all of a sudden, he notices the guy's a retard and can't kill him. Which is laudable, I suppose. It would just be nicer if our character is starting to regain some of this humanity that he's lost. If you could show us why, what's he thinking, what's going on, why did this burnt-out husk of a man who really doesn't have an issue with killing people suddenly have an issue with killing somebody? I don't really think it's a lot to ask that you explain that to me. I'm your audience. You're telling me a story. I need to know these things. So Master enters the ring to defend Blaster, to explain that he's got the mind of a child. So we're kind of letting that whole 2 men enter, 1 man leaves thing go for now, because now we've got 2 men and a midget enter, and we don't know how many are leaving.
This wasn't part of the deal.
The hell do you mean this wasn't part of the deal? The deal was, you kill this guy, we give you stuff, you leave. How is killing the guy not part of the deal? I'll admit she didn't say, by the way, the guy's retarded, but she said kill the guy. He's still the guy. He's a mongoloid with diminished mental capacity, yes, but he's still the guy you agreed to kill in exchange for goods and services. This is totally the deal. This is what the deal was. So, Master is now upset to learn that Tina Turner was in on the idea of killing his muscle. And Tina responds by having her henchman kill the muscle. Didn't she say that she couldn't do that? That it had to be an outsider? Isn't that what she said? Didn't I say, like, 30 minutes ago in this movie that she could do it herself? And that's what she's done? So once again, Max is just here to hang out. I mean, he's not necessary to the story. The story would happen without him, and it just did. Because he didn't kill the guy, but the guy died. Tina Turner got what she wanted. Okay, now Tina's entering the Thunderdome. So now we've got 2 men, a midget, and a woman enter. And I don't know who's leaving. It seems absolutely ridiculous, this immutable law of 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Apparently doesn't mean anything other than being a nifty catchphrase. She explains that Max broke a deal with her. And they actually have a law on the books for what happens when you break a deal.
Right or wrong, we had a deal. And the law says, bust a deal, face the wheel.
Bust a deal and face the wheel.
So the laws of this place were written by Dr. Seuss.
Your nerves are getting nervous, and your house is topsy-turvous. They will both be at your service on the run. They'll find my long-lost moss-covered 3-handled manly gradunza. Thing 2 and Thing 1.
So Max faces the Wheel of Punishment. Okay, I may have gotten a little carried away there. I apologize for that. It's just, where else was I going to use these references? And the wheel lands on Gulag. Gulag? What the hell's Gulag? So they're going to ship him off to a Russian prison from Australia in a setting where gas is very valuable and very precious. That's a hell of a commitment to justice. I mean, shipping him off, oh, My bad. See, when they say Gulag, I thought, I'll look it up and find out what the definition is. And apparently, the definition of Gulag is supposed to be that you're tied up backwards on a horse with a silly mask over your head and shoved off into the desert. I'm gonna have to get on to Webster's. They clearly need to get their butts chewed. Now, while Max is riding off into the desert, we see Tina's henchman torturing Master to make sure he continues doing his job, even though he doesn't want to. Which is exactly what I said you could do once you killed his muscle. So once again, what the f*** was the point of saying Max had to do this? Why did Max have to kill the guy when once he's gone, nobody can get revenge anyway? What was the point? Now, for the rest of your life, when you think of Beyond Thunderdome, I want you to picture this scene. Because it's what I picture. Okay, I tried to not bring this up. I really did. But Max apparently has an affinity for animals. In the second one, he had dog meat, or dog, who was the best trained dog I've ever seen. When you watch the movie, he's amazingly well trained. And in this movie, he has a monkey. Where did he find, and how did he find the time to train a monkey in the Australian wasteland? It's a decent question. We're not going to find out. The monkey runs all throughout this film. Not really as major a character as the dog, but he's in the whole damn thing. When Max's thing gets stolen at the beginning, the monkey shoves stuff out the back so Max can follow it to Bartertown. When he's working down in the pits, one of the slaves has acquired his monkey. And now that he's ridden off into the desert, his monkey tracks him down, hauling water behind it. The monkey travels at the same speed as the horse he's riding through the desert to bring Max water. That's really the last time the monkey matters. You'll see it all throughout the rest of the movie, in the corner of the screen, or hopping on this guy's shoulder, or whatever. Monkey does nothing else throughout the rest of the movie. They just wanted to have a monkey. Bad movie. Bad movie. No monkeys. It's a cheap cop-out. And the sand in this desert is apparently carnivorous. Good to know. And then Max passes out in the desert and dies. Okay, fine, so he doesn't. But I kind of wish he did. Because while it may not sound like it, up to this point, it's been a pretty decent Mad Max film. I mean, the plot was a little iffy, but it was an excuse for Mad Max to be Mad Maxy. And I guess that's really all you can want. But after this scene, this movie goes off in a whole other direction. It's really kind of sad. If the movie had stopped here, it would have been an okay sequel. Yes, it's not as good as Road Warrior. For a start, it's only 45 minutes long. But it would have been an okay sequel. And then we introduce the children. Oh, I can't wait for this movie to be over. Come back next week.
Thank you for watching WTF Cinema. Until next time, what the f***, man?